this morning that we will confer the honorary degree of Doctor of Laws degree to Owen C. Pell. Provost Jean-Pierre Miller, will you please bring Owen C. Pell to the center podium? There you are. Don't go away. Mr. Provost, will you please read the citation?
Owen C. Pell, lawyer, writer, philanthropist, and alumnus, you have achieved national and international prominence as a razor-sharp litigator and as a legal scholar. Your prominent leadership and involvement on numerous steering committees at Binghamton University, including the Foundation Board of Directors, the Harper Law Council, and chair of the Major Gifts Outreach Committee, demonstrate your unwavering commitment to our students. By sharing your knowledge, time, and support with the students, faculty, and alumni of the Harper College of Arts and Sciences, you have had a broad impact and have profoundly enriched the mission of the university. For all of these accomplishments, as well as those to come, the State University of New York is proud to present you with the honorary degree of Doctor of Laws.
By virtue of the authority that is vested in me by the State University Board of Trustees, with the faculty of the State University of New York conferring, I confer upon you, Owen Pell, the degree Doctor of Laws, honoris causa, and invest you with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. In token thereof, I am going to hand you a diploma, and we will vest you with the hood that is appropriate to this degree that you have so richly earned. Owen, we look forward to hearing from you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. President McGraw, officers of the university, honored alumni and guests, graduates, parents, and friends. Thank you for the honor you've given me today. It is very special, and I receive it knowing that there will always be more that I could do for this great university. But one thing I can do today is share some thoughts that come to mind when I stand before so many who have already achieved so much. Ceremonies like this are interesting events. Why do we do them? In today's world, we could just email you a diploma. Or better yet, we could send you a text message that would go something like this. Dear graduate, FYI, you are done, ampersand graduated. OMG. Now, GOI, GBTW, YOYO, VCDA, HAK, ampersand BTW, DLTBBB. For those of you who are not well versed in text messaging or who are over the age of 25, what I just said was, dear graduate, for your information, you are done and graduated. Oh my God. Now get over it, get back to work, you're on your own. Vaya con dios, amigo. Hugs and kisses, and by the way, don't let the bedbugs bite. Now this is sound and precise advice, but we don't do that. There are several reasons for that. One of the best, and I speak now as a parent, is because we want to give joy and honor to those who are often forgotten in the educational process. Your parents and families who hoped and dreamed and worked and strived so that you could have this day. It is right and proper that we give all of your supporters this event as a way of saying thank you to them for allowing this university to borrow you for a few short years and for their love and work in preparing you to be here. So parents and families, thank you very much. But another reason we do this is because it is the university's last chance to do something that it is very good at, which is to mentor. If you enter the word mentoring on Amazon, you will pull up 1,997 book titles, which run an interesting spectrum. There is Mentoring 101, Monday Morning Mentoring, Spiritual Mentoring, Power Mentoring, The Gentle Art of Mentoring, The Miracle of Mentoring, Common Sense Mentoring, and for those who don't want common sense, there is Mentoring for Lawyers. And when all else fails, there is Mentoring for Dummies. So mentoring is obviously a big deal. Indeed, each of you can dramatically alter your success and your chances of success by finding good mentors and by being good mentees. Whether you realize it or not, Binghamton has taught you about mentoring and what it means to be a good mentee. One of our great alums, Joel Kellman, who graduated about 40 years ago, tells a great mentoring story. Joel will tell you that he worked awfully hard when he was here to finish at or near the bottom of his class at this university. But one professor left an indelible mark on him. That professor had just started teaching political science and taught a course in constitutional law. Joel had decided to go to law school and took that course, but did not apply himself. On the final exam, the professor gave Joel a D- and wrote a note saying, "You will never amount to anything." Joel was so incensed by that note that he decided then and there to prove the professor wrong. He went on to law school, made law review, went on to make partner at a law firm, and now is a successful business investor. One day, some years ago, he called the professor, who was now a much older man about to retire. He told the professor his story and said he was calling to say that he was no longer angry for the professor's harsh words. He realized then that his professor, as he had been listening, had started to cry. And the professor said, "I was a first-year professor. I felt you had so much potential which you were wasting, and I just couldn't think of anything else to say to try and reach you." That story, albeit a harsh example I might not recommend, tells us so much about mentoring. First, mentoring is not something where we make it easy for you. Mentoring is about someone taking the time to challenge you so as to raise you up to the next level of skill or maturity. Second, mentoring is not always pleasant. A mentor is often at their best when they are telling you the truth about a weakness, fault, or a bad habit. Third, mentors are not here to guarantee success. If they did, they would be insulting your intelligence. A mentor moves you up and along, and at some point hopefully pays you the compliment of stepping out of the way and letting you succeed on your own merits, just as your parents did when they dropped you off here. But as Joel's story also shows, mentoring is not a solo act. No, it is a dance between two people, and the mentee has a crucial role to play. First, you must show that you are open to being mentored. You do this not by saying so, but by showing that you are eager to work and by being engaged enough to ask questions. It is only by not being afraid to ask questions that you show that you are not afraid to be wrong or to speak up. It also is the only good way to develop judgment about when to speak and when not to speak. Second, you must not always expect a tangible result. Mentoring is about how someone is shaped slowly over the course of time. It rarely happens all at once. Third, you must learn to engage with your mentors in face-to-face communications. Mentoring is not an exact science. It is a relationship. And any meaningful relationship has to move beyond emails and text messages. Perhaps more than any generation, this will be a huge challenge for you, who have grown so used to speaking with your thumbs or in shorthand bursts of 140 characters or less. The power of Eminem's hit song, "I Need a Doctor," is the struggle of a mentee trying literally to communicate with a mentor. The singer is saying to Dr. Dre, who first signed him, "Can't make a decision. You keep questioning yourself, second-guessing, and it's almost like you're begging for my help. Like I'm your leader, you're supposed to be my mentor. I can endure no more. I demand you remember who you are." The song shows that mentoring is a conversation, and also a moment like graduation day, when the mentee is grown up enough to act like a mentor, all of which brings us back to this ceremony. There is a movie called The Wizard of Oz. Believe it or not, it is a timeless story about mentoring. In it, a teenage girl named Dorothy is growing up in Depression-era Dust Bowl, Kansas. Like every teenager, she feels that no one understands her, no one appreciates her, and no one sees her need to explore the world beyond her front yard. She ends up running away, but has a change of heart, and is on her way back home when she is swept up in a tornado and finds herself in a land over the rainbow. The story is about her efforts to get home. She is told that only one person can help her, a wizard who lives in a city called Oz. On her way to Oz, Dorothy makes 3 friends: a scarecrow whose head is full of straw and yearns for a brain, a tin man whose chest is hollow and yearns for a heart, and a cowardly lion who yearns for courage. When they finally get to Oz and meet the wizard, he does what any good mentor would do. He does not give them what they want. Instead, he demands that they earn it by killing a wicked witch who has already been trying to kill Dorothy and her friends. He also insults all of them for good measure. Tough love. So off they go on their quest. As you can imagine, after much back and forth, Dorothy succeeds in destroying the witch. Dorothy and friends then return to the wizard, but he tells them to go away. It is ultimately revealed that the wizard is not a great and mysterious sorcerer who can make their wishes come true, but just an ordinary person, something true of all mentors. Confronted by the scarecrow, tin man, and lion demanding a brain, a heart, and courage, the wizard is shocked, telling them, "Boys, you're aiming too low." He then says to the scarecrow, "Why, anybody can have a brain. That's a very mediocre commodity. Every pusillanimous creature that crawls on the earth or slinks through slimy seas has a brain. Back where I come from, we have universities, seats of great learning, where men go to become great thinkers. And when they come out, they think deep thoughts, and with no more brains than you have. But they have one thing you haven't got: a diploma. Therefore, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Universitatis Comitiatum e Pluribus Unum, I hereby confer upon you the honorary degree of Ph.D. That's Doctor of Thinkology. Our lowly scarecrow promptly recites the Pythagorean theorem, and everyone is happy. In that final act of mentoring, the wizard closed an important circle by recognizing and celebrating what the scarecrow had already, the brains he had used to help Dorothy succeed. And that is really what we do here. More than just celebrating your brains and academic achievements, we are celebrating the relationship that all of us on this stage hope has been built with all of you. A relationship which starts today and hopefully will continue out into time. This university, whether you know it or not, has mentored you. It has filled you with knowledge and experiences, but most of all with lessons about how to learn, how to connect with others, and how to confront new and unknown subjects and master them. This ceremony celebrates and recognizes the moment when you moved beyond the university and when we sent you off to do great and wonderful things. By showing the world that a Binghamton graduate is special and capable of special things, you will give back to the university. You will make us proud. But most importantly, you will make people realize what a special place Binghamton is. Your success and your continuing connection with the university also will show future Binghamton students how they should see and treasure this place. In short, this ceremony marks the beginning of your becoming great mentors for this university. Now, for all those who've been following along, I thank you very much. For those who have been texting while I've been talking, I can sum up what you've missed. TAFN, KYNC, and KIT. MWBRL, NTBN. Translation: that's all for now. Keep your noses clean and keep in touch. More will be revealed later. No text back necessary. Thank you very much, and good luck to you all.
I just told Dr. Pell that that is one of the best talks I've ever heard, and you really make us proud.